Welcome again, my friend. Now it is time to get all the messages for a certain conversation. How are we gonna do that? Remember when we said for the get messages, if you remember the routing, so if I went to route and then the message.route, as we said right here for get messages, we're gonna have a parameter right here. So / and then whatever comes after, we're gonna count it as the conversation ID. So how, first of all, I'm going to be able to get that? How do I do that? I just can go const and then convo_id. Only I can go to request.params and then simply .convo_id. That's it. It is that simple. So now that we have in the parameters, we have the conversation ID, we can get it from that. And the first test, we'd say if it doesn't exist. It is very fair assumption. So if there is no convo_id, we can just simply go use logger and then simply .error and then please add a conversation ID in params. Okay, and I can go something like response.send status 400. All right, so if you went back right here, let's actually continue first. This is more important for now. So what I need to do, so after, everything is all right, I can just go const messages and we can create a service. So await, and the service, let's call it get convo messages. All right, so this is a function. All it takes is just the convo_id. And after we do that, we're just gonna response the JSON with the messages like this. So if you want to add this get convo messages of conversation, I would, find that, reasonable. It's not something wrong, but I'm going to do it in messages because it's related to the route itself. So I'm going to go here, export, and then const, and then get convo messages. It's an asynchronous, and it takes a convo_id. This is one of the simplest functions that we create. So const messages, we will just go use await, and then we'll use the message model. And then what I need to do here, I'm just going to use the find and find function. So what I need to find, so I'm going to just use the conversation. So that's it, because in the message we have a property that is conversation, which stands for a certain conversation, which is going to be the convo_id. And after we're waiting, I need to populate a few things, to be honest. So populate, so let's populate, and what we need to populate, the sender, and we need to select what we need to get. So I'm going to get the name and then the picture. I forgot the email. I may need that, and also the status. And this is like the first thing that we need to do. And then also I need to populate the conversation. And then later I will see if I really need everything here. So populate conversation here. And then, as usual, if there is no messages, that means something went wrong. And what I can do here is just throw this error, something went wrong, because we cannot tell the user exactly what's going on. You never tell him something like that. Okay, something just went wrong, and that's it. And we will return the messages. I'm not gonna say there's a problem in the database to the user. He don't care. Just return the messages. If you can't, something went wrong. What? I don't know, but something went wrong. Now I can just go right here and then get conversation convo messages like this. And that's it. So now let's say I have a certain conversation. So this are my conversations. I can take the first one and let me get the messages there. So I can go to get messages and then / I will add that there, and then I will send. And when I send, I will get cannot populate path sender because it is not in your schema. So what is wrong? Something is very wrong here. So we're using the message model with populating the sender. Sorry, this was just a typo. I told you typos are dangerous. So send, and just wait, and you see right here we get all the messages. So right here we have the sender, and then the message says hello. We already done that by ourselves in the previous video. And then after that, the second message was this is a nice course, which is it is indeed. So we can get those messages for a certain conversation. Wasn't that easy? It was certainly so easy to do. And now it is time to actually go back to the front and at least work a little bit on the front end, because now we are bored. So see you there.